Hello there, comic book fans. Today I figured I'd give you the promised look at this Doctor Strange Treasury edition from 1971. No, pardon me, 1975. All the comics are from 66, 68, 71, 73. So this came out in 1975. This is one I kind of always wanted because I was always a Doctor Strange fan, and this has a nice selection of Doctor Strange art. 100-page collector's special, $1.50 in 1975 dollars. A beautiful Frank Brunner cover. And inside we get a good collection of stories. Let me flip to the end. I can show you the artist's credits. Steve Ditko, Bill Everett, Dan Adkins, Gene Colan, and Frank Brunner. That's sort of a who's who of Doctor Strange artists for the first, from 62 or whenever to 75. And of course the first one is stories. It's interesting too. I thought this drawing, this frontispiece drawing here, looked like Dan Adkins to me. But it's got SEV down here, which leads me to believe it's John Severin. Because it doesn't look like his sister Marie, but I guess it could be. I think John signed it like that, but I don't even know, because I thought it was Dan Adkins, so I was wrong to begin with. But we start out with a nice Steve Ditko, and I love this in this big format too, because you can really see the line, the brushwork. I mean, just like the brushwork right there on Doctor Strange's sleeve by Steve Ditko is really nice. Nice large page shot of Eternal. Once again, look at that. The way he puts down those brush strokes and those blacks. Very nice. Steve Ditko. Wow, there's a good panel. Good page. Like that shot of Doctor Strange's face as the Dread Dormammu takes on eternity. Just beautiful, and then he checked it. I don't think I'd ever actually seen this one before. This is by Bill Everett, the original writer and artist and creator of the Submariner, way back in 1939 or something. Look at that! Look at that beautiful line work in the Ancient One. All those folds, very nice. This was very and just the printing on this one is beautiful too. Oh look. He's got his own sort of special effects going. Ditko-esque stuff. Look at those circles. But I really, really like this. He's really going to town on these folds. All those thick and thin brush strokes. But I really like this this Bill Everett illustration here. He just does such a nice job. Nice hand right there, beautiful. I like his work on this. I haven't even read all these stories yet because I've just been looking at it. Nice Doctor Strange figure at the end there. And here we go with some Marie Severin. I didn't see her in the end there, and with Herb Trimpe inking. Wow, they're getting all funky with their Doctor Strangeness. Marie Severin and Herb Trimpe. And their, whoa, look at that Ancient One carved into stone. That's interesting stuff. So maybe that frontispiece is by Marie Severin, since she's got a piece in here. I forgot, I think she was one of the ones who followed Ditko immediately. I think Dan Adkins did too. That one's real nice, that figure. Some beautiful stuff. A nice collection of faces in there. Stonehenge. That is a weird drawing of the Living Tribunal. He's got all flat planes in him. He's like made out of wood somehow. Then we go to Dan Adkins. Dan Adkins is the one who drew that cover everybody likes on, the first issue of Doctor Strange, when Strange Tales became Doctor Strange, and 169. That beautiful, beautiful cover, that was by Dan Adkins. Nice shirtless Doctor Strange. Nice, almost silhouetted, backlit Doctor Strange. I think if I remember right, I just saw something recently where they were showing, oh, there's a nice half splash, where they were showing all the places that Dan Adkins swiped from Ditko for his Doctor Strange, and they were wondering whether Marvel was having him swipe or not. Dan Adkins was a photo reference guy too, so he could have photo that looks a little bit to me like a photo reference. So just so a lot of guys did that, and especially they just take if they need a person in a pose, they take a photograph of it. But they weren't photorealists in that. They weren't trying to copy how the photo sees. They were just using it a little bit to help them out. At the top of Doctor Strange's head, or did his head fly off? I don't know. Nice Dan Adkins. Some crazy psychedelic backgrounds. Again, it's a nice series of poses. Doctor Strange down there. Oops, third one. Very nice. Nightmare, a double-page spread. Very illustrative doctor. That Dan Adkins could draw. You don't hear a lot about him from back. You don't hear a lot of people talk about Dan Adkins, but he was good. He also did a lot of inking, I think. He was one of these guys who could make other people's work look real slick. Nice Doctor Strange picture right there. Nightmare. Just nice page after page. Oh, the printing error. Big blue splotch. Doctor Strange's face. These were printed cheaply. And after that, we're back to some Steve Ditko. Face to face with Baron Mordo. This, I think, is my favorite Steve Ditko Doctor Strange. When he was in the all black outfit, colored dark blue, before he had the red cape. I just think Ditko did a great job. Well, he's in astral form all that time, so up and it ended quickly. Oh, look at that. Double page Frank Brunner. That's pretty big. Clea and the Ancient One and Doctor Strange. And here we go, Gene Colan. He drew Doc for a long, long time in the 70s, up until the 80s, I think. He always had his own kind of style with these off-kilter panels. No straight lines. He especially used it for Doctor Strange. I always liked Gene Colan. He always had his own way of doing things. Who's inking him on this? I'm not overly fond of the inking. Tom Palmer or Herb Cooper. Tom Palmer inking him here. I've seen Tom Palmer ink him better than this, so. But nice stuff. Always good with the transformations. Little zipatone thrown in by Tom Palmer. I really like this stuff at the large size. Oh, this is when he got that crazy blue face mask for some reason. I guess they wanted to make him more of a superhero. Oh, or maybe in the story, since we have both of them, maybe it's a flashback to him fighting himself in this blue mask phase. Like I said, I haven't actually read this yet. I just figured I'd show it off. Oh, there's a nice picture of the Ancient One. Very good. Nice, nice. Ah, and finally, I think we end with Frank Brunner, who is another of the highly illustrative 70s artists. Look at that nice pose. He's also got some of these off-kilter panels coming at you. He's also got a melty Doctor Strange happening at times. Yeah, Frank Brunner did a classic run, I think in between Doctor Strange series when he was in Marvel something or other. I can't remember the name of it. But it wasn't Doctor Strange, it wasn't Strange Tales, it was like Marvel Premiere, Marvel Spotlight, Marvel something. Frank Brunner did a good 5 or 6 issues in that run that were good. Ah, tentacles are coming to get ya. You always gotta watch out for those tentacles. Once they get you in your clutches, it's nothing but trouble. You have to let loose your astral spirit or they'll crush you. Wow, some nice pages here. Maybe that, since I think this one said it was inked by the Crusty Bunkers. Where is it? Yeah. Inked by the Singing Sons of the Crusty Bunkers was the Continuity Studios where Neil Adams worked. Dick Giordano, I think, owned it, because that all of a sudden that Ancient One figure reminded me of Neil Adams, so he may have had a hand in inking this, along with anybody else who was at the studio that oh, some nice folds in Doctor Strange's arm. And we end with a nice shot of the Good Doctor and the Ancient One. So there you go. That's a pretty cool book. Whoops. Knocked into my tripod. That's a pretty cool book right there. The Doctor Strange Marvel Treasury Edition number 6. The most mystical hero of it all. So if you ever find a chance to come across, like I said, a friend gave me this. I don't think these Treasury editions go for too much, especially if they're, this one's not in great shape. It's in pretty good shape, but it's a little wobbly, a little warped, little problem with some of the pages in here. But that's fine with me because I'm just going to be reading it. I'm not going to be encapsulating it or anything like that. But if you ever want a nice little beautifully printed time capsule of Doctor Strange from his beginning to 1975, check this one out.